What's up, everybody? Yes, indeed, OG is back, man. First and foremost, before I go on, I got to give a shout out to all my subscribers, my followers, and much love and respect to all my channel members, man. I really appreciate you guys very much. And everyone that interacts with my channel, I appreciate you guys as well. You know, even though some of you guys be leaving some foul comments, the haterism is real. And that's what I'm going to bring you to. The subject of today. I am going to co-sign what Mr. Gunner's Collective spoke on today. He addressed the crybabies out here in YouTube. But before I go and do that, I got to remind you guys, because there's some new guys that are viewing my channel. This is a fitness channel. I usually always start off talking about something about fitness, nutrition, anything in general that has to do with your overall well-being. I usually try to touch on it, you know, address problems and struggles that people are going through. So anyways, people, yesterday I was touching on some natural remedies, supplements and stuff like that to incorporate in your daily lifestyle. And, you know, I missed a few of them because I was pressed for time. So let's see, like if you start taking magnesium, that's also good for, you know, Tourette's and tics. NAC supports the liver and can help eliminate toxins. Mastic gum can help with gastritis. Melatonin, man, a little tongue tan. Melatonin is beneficial for sleep. Niacin is good for anything related to cholesterol. Clove oil, I believe I mentioned that in the past. That's actually good for toothaches and gum pain, you know what I mean? Gingivitis, that shit ain't no joke, man. I remember having that when I was a kid. Boy, woo-wee, that's some pain right there. But anyways, tomorrow I'm going to touch a little bit about cutting out sugar and the benefits that you would gain. But before I go on, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all and share this channel, you know what I mean? And at the end of the video, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever you want to do, whatever you choose to do. It's all good, you know. But before I go on to co-sign Mr. Gunner's topic today, one of my subscribers had asked me if I could elaborate just a little bit on my diet. Okay, you got to keep in mind, what works for me may not work for you, but it can get you started. You know, in the best diet, and I don't even like to look at my nutrition as being diets. It's just a way of living. You know, it's a lifestyle. And because if you come into let's say a challenge and you address it with the label, and it's a title that people always tend to ignore and not want to challenge, like, especially when you come to diets, because they nobody want to change their diets, you know what I mean? So it kind of like derail you. So I like to look at my nutrition as a way of living. I'm going to give you an example, man. I deal with macronutrients a lot. I also dealt with going through keto diets as well, and intermittent fasting. And like I've said, at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm just going to pop one off out of my head. Macronutrients, okay? I'm going to give you, say, an example of a macronutrient breakdown, approximately maybe 1,805 calories. You're going to have 150 grams of carbs, 45 grams of fat, and 200 grams of protein. If you calculate that, that should come out to 1,805 calories total. But when you get into doing watching your macronutrients, I don't really pay attention too much to the calorie intake. And the reason is because the most important thing is the consumption of the macronutrients, the ratios that I give to you when you sign on with my team. Now, keep in mind, I just gave you a ratio with that. So basically what you would have to do with something like that, I would break you into 5 meals a day. And with the carbs for every meal, this is going to be a breakdown for per individual meal. It's going to be 30 grams of carbs, 9 grams of fat, and 40 grams of protein. Okay, that's per meal. So if you have that meal 5 times a day, it will come out to that total of macronutrients that I gave you, the ratio. And that would be 150 carbs, 45 grams of fat, and 200 grams of protein. Now, let me explain something to you here. Every macronutrient performs a different role in your transformation. Now, keep in mind, carbs and protein are going to have the same amount of calories per gram. Fat has 9 calories per gram. It's going to be more than double the amount of carbs and protein. Okay, depending on what you want to do in your fitness journey, depends on the way I set up your macronutrient ratio. Now, if you were to flip them two numbers around, the carbs and the protein, you're going to have the identical amount of calories, but you're going to get different results. Okay, because higher intakes of carbohydrates is going to create insulin spikes. It will play a role of making you, how would you say, have water retention, bloating. It's going to give you that bloatedness. Okay, proteins are obviously going to be for your muscle synthesis, for your amino acids and all that, for your rebuilding of your muscles. I'm keeping it in layman's terms, because if I use the scientific words, a lot of people is going to not understand what I'm talking about. So I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can, people. So just bear with me, okay? So anyways, if you were to reverse those two nutrients right there, you're going to have different results. As far as myself, I normally stay at a lower carb intake. And the reason is because I like my body to learn to utilize the fat storage. Because I'm going to give you an example. When you feed your body nutrients, it's going to use it's going to use the nutrients and the fuel that you're supplying the body first. So it's going to keep you from burning fat. So now if you're giving it limited amounts of carbohydrates, the glucose, it has to find its resource of energy from elsewhere, and that's going to be your stored fat. Keep in mind, I don't care how healthy you are. You could be the skinniest person in the world. You have over 100,000 calories of stored energy. Okay, so that right there is like basically a little breakdown on what I do, G. When I get up in the morning, I eat 6 times a day, G. It's first thing when I get up in the morning, I grab me something to eat. It's not that I need to. Like I said, I play with my body and I do different ways of feeding it. And but on a daily, I normally get up at 1:30 in the morning and I'll eat me something. And the portion that I'm eating is actually from part of my first meal would be at 3:30 in the morning. So I eat at 1:30 in the morning, 3:30, 7:30, 11:30, 3:30, and 7:30 at night. I don't do no picking in between, because that's where you will annul all of your results that you're attempting to get. You know, you're gonna defeat the whole purpose. So if you're gonna apply a certain way of eating, you need to be very structured with it and consistent with it. Because if you bounce around too much, you're not going to be able to identify the changes in your body. And that's the number one thing that you got to really pay attention to. Listen to your body. Like I tell all of my team members, when you incorporate something else, listen to it. Pay attention to what's going on. That's the way you will find your best results and what's working best for you. Okay, so anyways, if you guys want to get started on this fitness journey, you guys already know. Email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com, or you could send me a direct message on my Instagram, high_power_fitness_. Okay, so Mr. Gunner's Collective. Today, I will co-sign what that individual spoke on today. I just really got done watching this video. I wasn't actually going to do that. I was going to touch on something else about my hood. But my hood's been on the radar for a cool minute now, and I don't think I ain't trying to bring no attention to my hood. If you know, you know. But anyways, people, Mr. Gunner's Collective, he spoke about crybabies out here on YouTube, man. I could co-sign with that shit 100%. And me as a new cat, I see it day in, day out through my comments. And when I view other people's channels, I see the same individuals over there just fucking stirring shit up. Well, trying to stir shit up. You know, they're over there fishing. Gunner's Collective, I could tell you right now, has helped and assisted a lot of these channel people. I've been watching YouTube for a cool minute now, since the last time I paroled. I didn't know my channel was actually a channel. I used to just use it for, you know, entertainment, listening to music and viewing people's content, you know. And I remember when Dubs first came out. I remember when Gunner first came out. And I remember when my homeboy, well, actually my homeboy was out a little bit longer, but when I first started viewing his channel. And yeah, back to Mr. Gunner's Collective. Gunner's Collective has assisted a lot of people. And the reason I know is because I would tune in and I would see these individuals, and then they broke off from him and started their own channels. Some of them became successful. Some of them were like a success overnight, one-hit wonders, because they spoke foul of Mr. Gunner. We're all aware that he was deemed no good. I'm not going to say or give that gentleman any title, especially when a person really doesn't know what went on, you know what I mean? Coming from the faction that he comes from, you could be deemed no good for fucking being yuck mouth. You know, they're very strict about their reglas. From what I've seen doing time, you know, I don't know if it's changed, but during my time, yeah, you know, they're really they were really organized and militant. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to put their business out there. The business that I do know is what I've attained from behind them walls and doing time with them. But anyways, yeah, everyone's aware of Gunner. It was deemed no good. Yes, you guys try to label that individual. At the end of the day, that man is a good man. He's providing for his family. People try to put jackets on him. He's made maybe a false call every once, from what I've seen, about paperwork. And we all fucked up in our times. Okay? He stepped up like a man and admitted to his wrong. I believe what it was, he played off of his feelings. And we're all guilty of that. So you can't just be pointing fingers. Really, nobody should be pointing fingers at anybody, because that's straight up fucking just like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? That's some little crybaby shit. You know what I mean? Childish, juvenile bullshit. But yeah, so Gunner's Collective spoke quite a bit about these individuals. And I know which individuals he's talking about. You know, and I'm not going to bring their names up, because actually one of them got his win taken. You know, I've spoken on him one time in the past. I didn't know who he was, but I really don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Hey, rest in peace. At the end of the day, the titles that they were given, piece of shits or whatever they were, they actually still have people, you know, they were related to. That was someone's son, someone's dad, someone's brother, someone's uncle, cousin, so on and so on. We all know the get down. You know what I mean? May have been a piece of shit in our eyes, but it might have been their person that they really love dearly. You know, everybody has different morals in life. You know, everybody was brought up differently. It's like just like when you brought up in my neighborhood. You know what I mean? We're very prideful, and there's a lot of people that try to claim the fame. You know, but you just can't do it. You know, because us folks that are homebred from my hood, we know. You know what I mean? We'll call you out and pull you out on it, and you will get spoken to. Let's just keep it that way. But anyways, yeah. So Mr. Gunner, man, I gotta tip my hat to him. He reached out to me. I didn't know that I was able to get monetized, and because of him, he's the one who told me. You know what I mean? I didn't know. I don't keep track of my subscribers and all that, like all you guys saying, oh, gee, you gotta be careful what you do because you got X amount of subscribers. And you're getting a lot of views. They're gonna call you out on it. Call me out on what? What the fuck are you guys talking about? Now I know, because I've never even heard of buying views or bots or whatever the fuck you guys call that shit. I'm not into it. I'm not into it deep like the way some of these guys are. You know what I mean? Like I said, I utilize this channel right here to promote my fitness channel. You know, my fitness and awareness, my full-time online coaching. That's what I do. That's what I use this platform for. You know, yes, I make a little bit of money off it now. Why wouldn't I make some money off of it now? And I'm learning how to get the views. And when I first started off, yeah, I was getting some really good views because I used certain individuals' names, and I used their name with permission. And the other day, my boy he told me on his live, he said, keep getting your feria, homeboy. And you guys all know who it is, Mr. Dubs. Mr. Dubs told me that. Same thing with Gunner. He's told me too. Piggyback anytime you want off of me, OG. It's all good. And I'll tell you one thing right now. I don't give a fuck how big my channel grows. I will never down talk those individuals. I got mad love and respect for them. Despite of what you guys are going to think and say and talk shit after this, it is what it is. You know what I mean? To each his own. You don't have to pull up to their channel. You don't have to listen to their content. You know what I mean? YouTube's a big world, man. You could go and find some other individuals and tune into them. I'll tell you one thing though right now. I'm going to have to bring this video to an end because that sun is beaming on the right side of my face. As you guys can see, man, it is. I would like to address a little bit more about that, man. There were so many things that Gunn mentioned, and I wanted to elaborate on them, but that fucking sun is bothering me, people. Real shit, real talk. But yeah, man, Gunner has looked out for a lot of people. In my eyes, yeah, people say that he's a comadre and that he talks shit about other people. I don't know about that one. You know what I mean? Every man has a right to defend themselves, whether they want to do it here on social media or in person, you know what I mean? So be it, you know. As far as me, I'm not going to go to battle with anybody over here on YouTube. It's fucking, for what? What do you gain off of that, really? I get individuals, you know what I mean, that want to wolf shit, and I tell them, hey, leave me your number, Jay, I'll give you a call. And I've already spoke to a couple, you know what I mean? And because I'm not going to sit here on social media explaining shit. And for this one individual that keeps on mentioning my homeboy and wanting to know facts, my boy, if you knew, you knew. If you don't, mind your own fucking business. You know who I'm talking about. And you're what, 64 years old? And doing this on social media? Makes me raise some flags, my boy. I'm curious who you are. You know, not that I really care. I really don't give a shit because you shouldn't be putting no hood business, especially my hood. You don't speak hood business on this shit. You don't speak about where I come from. We don't discuss homeboys to anybody. That's a no-no, straight up. And the ones that have, trust and believe, they will be reprimanded. Let's just put that. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna give them essays. They're gonna have to write. If you know, you know. If you don't know, it's none of your motherfucking business. But anyways, people, with that being said, man, I wanted to touch on Mr. Gunner's video that he just posted, man. I co-sign a lot of the stuff that he's mentioned on there because, you know, hey, he looked out for me, you know, to a certain extent. And if I ever need any their assistance and guidance on this YouTube stuff, hey, I got a direct number to him if I want, you know. And he's always told me, hit him up at any time, OG, you know what I mean? And I respect that, you know what I mean? That means a lot to me, you know. Despite of whatever jackets you guys try to claim or put on them, yeah, you guys might be from Azadia, but I don't know, you know. I'm not gonna take the time to go look, and I say that with the most sincerest respect to everybody, that because, you know, everybody is entitled to their own beliefs, you know. I'm not gonna say different from you guys, because if you want to label a person, that's on you, you know. But all I could say is just keep it off of social media. You know, there's other ways of going about shit. I mean, if you're really about that life, you wouldn't really be on here, you know. But anyways, people, with that being said, I'm going to bring this video to an end, man. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the like and subscribe button. Yeah, thumbs up or thumbs down, yeah. But put your notification bell and all. Share my channel. And, hey, leave a comment down below, man. I'll address it. Now, with that being said, time to get fit. Email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com or send me that DM on my Instagram, high_power_fitness_. Now, with that being said, this motherfucking rambling ass OG is out of here, baby. Let's do this.